I think more federal officials need to hear from the diversity of the industry that they need these reforms now in order for this industry to survive, and we've seen that in other states. New York is on the precipice of rolling out an adult use market. These people are going to have real challenges operating if we don't get safe banking and other reforms done before the end of the year. So my name is Brian Harrington. I'm with the Hawthorne Gardening Company, a subsidiary of the Scotts Miracle-Gro Company. So we manufacture horticultural lighting, nutrients, odor control mitigation technologies, products that cultivators would use in the production of, can be vegetables, but in this case, cannabis is predominantly where the products are used and has been the growth place for the market for about the last 10 years across the United States.
You know, I mean, the reality is banking is a for-profit business. If there's money to be made, banks are willing to do it. I think most banking organizations have been well behind safe banking. So I'm not sure what more we could do besides, you know, what you said, which is just keep pushing the message along, right? We want it too. My name is Peter Su. I'm a Senior Vice President with Green Check Verified. I had a long banking career, 20 plus years in commercial banking. My last couple of stops, I ran cannabis banking programs, and here with Green Check, I now administer 117, I believe is my current number, banks and credit unions all over the country that are banking cannabis. The current picture with banking cannabis in America is very murky. Primarily, as you just pointed out, the disparity between federal and state law. So whether you're state chartered or federally chartered, most institutions will fall under the auspices of either FDIC, NCUA, et cetera. So some sort of a federal body. And so there is this fear of, well, if I bank cannabis, could something happen to me? Could something happen to my bank? Could I be fined? Could I go to jail? And that actually is a question that I grapple with all the time.
As an operator looking to transition into the regulated space, it's super important that we have the support of the ancillary businesses in the space. Not only for the fundraising aspect or understanding that part of the business, but in the bookkeeping part of it as well. You know, understanding how to put in orders with the bigger companies that are out there, understanding how to file our taxes quarterly, or what the 280 forms are, like all of the different forms that we need to fill out, because this is such a highly regulated industry. It's like we almost need another body in order to just try to understand that. So that is definitely, I think, going to be one of the key components to have a successful small business within this space.
Okay. Hi, my name is Chef Ali, or affectionately known as Chef Ali, Charlene in real life. And I've been a legacy cannabis operator for the past 17 plus years. I have worked in professional food in New York for the past 25 plus years. I'm an activist in the space. I am a champion of all plants and plant medicine, and we proudly help deliver the Long Island 7 to help pass the MRTA here in New York, which is the bill that legalized adult recreational use cannabis in New York. So one of the biggest barriers to entry in this industry for a legacy operator is finances. And something that is going to be tremendous in this space is safe banking. Safe banking is important because it's the base of everything. We need to be awarded the same type of protections and services that regular small businesses have in the space. The MRTA is a bill that was written with language specifically there to allow legacy companies to play in the regulated market. And the only way that this process stays equitable is if we have safe banking. We need to have the same protections and services that the local dry cleaner has, that the local bars have, that the local bodegas have. All of these things are necessary. We need to be able to put our money somewhere. We need to be able to have safety measures in place. Imagine we have people coming in with cash because we have no electronic way to take payments legally. So we have people coming in with lots of cash, and we have people leaving with high-cost items. At the end of the day, we have to clear our tills. We have to put our money somewhere.
The perception about cannabis and dispensaries, at least in the law enforcement community, has always been with skepticism. So I think if we were to get those organizations, the associations, the unions on board, I think the general public would feel a better sense of buy-in, right? Safety as well, but buy-in so that they say, well, you know what, if the cops are for this, the troopers are for this, law enforcement is for this in general, for various reasons, then I think the public would be more comfortable in saying, you know what, okay, my brother, the cop, he believes in this, so you know what, maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll start to look at it for really what it is. My name is Dennis Hallion. I have the honor and privilege of having been a member of the New Jersey State Police for 30 years. During that career, I also had the honor of being the union president for the Sergeants Association for the last 10 years of my career. Let me go back to the 90s when I was a young trooper, and we had an attorney general at the time by the name of Cary Edwards, and he commissioned a study on the war on drugs. And at the time, the mission for the New Jersey State Police was, you see a joint, you lock them up. You see a seed, you lock them up. Well, I've seen where we've come in 40 years, and the progressiveness of where this country has what's resulted in an acknowledgement that cannabis is real and is going to be with us.
Sometimes when we're talking to a new bank or credit union, there's a hesitancy because they think it's shady or whatever. And there has been times when we've taken them to a local business, dispensary, local show, cans, etc. And we can see them going, oh, and it's surprising. It's surprising for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's surprising for me to see it, but I understand the process from their perspective.
And in another public safety angle, I think we talk a lot, right? It's, these dispensaries of targets for crime, but the owners become targets of other crime, like predatory lending. Like, that's a reality of white collar crimes that is around not having these banking services, right? Not allowing people the ability to actually engage in a marketplace that financial rules apply to, right? So again, those are other areas where I think, you look at safe banking, it's not just a public safety issue, right? It's not just a business issue. This isn't banks just standing there saying, okay, we're gonna profit off this. It is actually a functional issue that applies to other areas like predatory lending too.
Piggybacking off of that, the owner of a dispensary that gets hit, once, twice, 3 times, how does that owner stay in business? How does he afford insurance if it's available? How does he maintain any kind of a profit when he keeps on paying out for additional armed guards or surveillance cameras or whatever it takes to keep his facility safe? So, yeah,
We're bankrupt before we even start.
Yeah.
Because predatory lending, also good landlords.
Yeah.
What's preventing them from pricing everybody out? So there's safe banking. It's such a key component to us just trying to survive. Safe banking would totally be very beneficial to myself in this business, because it would give me a way to just protect myself. I mean, we have to be able to put our money somewhere first and foremost. We need to be able to have our customers come into a space and not have a lot of cash on them. Everybody's life is on their cell phone now. You have payments through your phone, you have, everything is electronic payment. We also need to have the tax benefits associated with banking. We need to be able to apply for small business loans. We need all of these things. I mean, it's not a great idea for us to, keep money in our mattresses. And in order for us to be players in this game, we have to make our money work for us. And the only way that we can make our money work for us is by putting it back into the system.